If you have knee arthritis, standing up from the floor can be one of the most difficult and often painful activities. Not only do you have to lift your entire body weight with one leg, but if you have difficulty kneeling on the opposite knee, it can be even worse. Furthermore, if you don't have furniture or something else to grab onto, it can make the task feel almost impossible. Hi, I'm Dr. Dave Candy, and in this video, I'm going to show you 3 exercises to help get your legs stronger, plus 3 additional tips to make it easier to stand up from the floor, even if you can't kneel on your knees. Traditional exercises for knee arthritis are done either lying down or starting from a standing position where it gets progressively more difficult the farther you lower down. And so you can control the difficulty by controlling the depth. But when you're getting up from the floor, you're starting from the hardest part of the motion, where your knee is the most bent and your thigh is parallel to the floor. In this position, the downward force of gravity gives you the greatest resistance. And so you're starting at the hardest part of the motion. And if you can't get through this initial part of the motion, then you're not going to be able to stand up, even if you're strong through the rest of the range of motion. So you need to do strengthening exercises that get you stronger in this lower down position. The problem is, if you have trouble getting on and off the floor already, you probably don't spend a lot of time strengthening in this position. So the first exercise is going to simulate a lunge position while sitting in a chair. You need a chair that doesn't have armrests because you're going to hang your leg off the side of the chair. So it simulates being in a lunge position without actually kneeling on your knee. Now this is the leg that you'll be strengthening during the exercise. So to do that, you want to pull the knee back underneath of you, but you still want to keep the heel flat on the floor. Now you want to lean your weight out till you get pressure over this leg, and then you can control how hard you push and only press as hard as you can without having pain. Now you may have to play with the angle that your knee is in, moving it out a little bit, moving it in a little bit, until you find the angle that's most comfortable for you. It's very likely when doing this that you're not going to actually stand up off the chair. You'll just sit on the chair and put an isometric pressure down through the floor so that you're strengthening your thigh and your glute muscles in the same position that you'd be in when you're doing a standing up from the floor or standing up from a kneeling position. For the second exercise, you're going to put your foot up on top of that same chair. Hold on for balance with your opposite arm, and then it'll be somewhat of the same movement, pressing your heel down into the floor where you're activating your glute muscles, and you want to try to keep your pressure through the heel. This does put you in a little bit greater angle of hip flexion, so it's like you're a little bit deeper down than the first exercise. Again, you're not trying to step up on top of the chair, just putting a downward pressure as if you were going to step up on top of the chair. Additionally, in this position, you can kind of rock back and forth to work on range of motion of your knee as well as ankle dorsiflexion, which are both very important for when you're trying to stand up from the floor. So press the heel down into the chair, use your glutes, and then just do an isometric pressure, again, only as far as you can comfortably. You may have to experiment with the inward-outward angle of your knee as well, just like the previous exercise. Hold about 10 seconds with each push, and try doing that for 5 to 10 repetitions each set. Now, finally, we'll progress to a full weight bearing position. And in this, you're going to do a lunge starting in a wide stagger. That helps you to keep your pressure more on the heel. And for this, you are going to be starting at the easiest point and lowering down. But just go down as deeply as you can without having pain. Make sure you have something to hold on to if you have balance problems as well. Find the position of knee over toe where it feels most comfortable. For some people, that's right over your toes. For other people, it's slightly outwards. And for yet other people, it's slightly inwards. But just find the position that feels most comfortable for you. Then go into a wide lunge and just go down as deeply as you can comfortably. Now, once you start to have just a mild discomfort, like 1, 2, 3 on a scale of 0 to 10, just hold that isometric position. hold it where you're contracting your thigh muscles and contracting your glute muscles. That helps get your brain more confident of your strength in this position. You may find that after you've held this position for 5 to 10 seconds, that you're able to go just a little bit lower down into the lunge. If you feel like your legs getting tired or like you're getting unsteady, take a break, stand back up, rest for a little bit, and then repeat. So you'll go into a wide stagger, find your knee over toe position, drop down just so you feel just a mild discomfort and just hold that position. Once you've held that for 5 to 10 seconds, see if you can drop down just a fraction of an inch more and then hold that position for 5 to 10 seconds. Keep repeating that until you've gone as far as you can without causing pain, again above about a 3 on a scale of 0 to 10. Then stand back up. So now to get up from the floor, you're going to start in this kneeling position. Now this is the first tip where you are going to have to put some weight on this knee. For the second 2 tips, you are not going to have to put weight on the knee. So for this first tip to get up from the floor, you're going to put your hands down on the floor. This gives you a balance point, especially if you don't have furniture or something else to hold on to. It also flexes your hip maximally. This allows you to put your head down and raise your glutes up. And there's actually very little leg strength that's required to do that. It's just using leverage where your head goes down, the fulcrum is around your knee, and that makes your hips come up. From this position, you can just step back up like that, and it makes it much easier to get up from the floor, even if you don't have something to hold on to. Now for the second tip, you're going to start out on your bottom like this with your ankles crossed. And whichever ankle is on the underneath side, that's the direction that you're going to move to. You'll put your hands over on this side, and then you're going to rotate your body around your feet, kind of like a ramp that goes up a mountain. The longer distance you travel around, the less direct up it is. So you're going to put your feet around this way, rotate, 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 rotate. You do have to come up from a little bit of a squat position when you finally get up to here, but then you're using 2 legs rather than using 1 leg to stand up. So to see that again, you sit with your ankles crossed, put your hands over in this direction, rotate, 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 and then stand back up. So that's the second tip. For the third tip, it's a little bit more direct, but you do have to have a little bit more speed in order to do this. It's very similar to that second tip though. So you'll put your hands over here. You want to try to curl up in as close of a ball as you can. The less compact you are, the harder it's going to be once you get up onto your hands and feet. So you want to curl up into a ball here, throw your hips up, and then just walk up that way. Now, if you didn't quite catch that, I'll go into more detail on that last tip in this video over here, or there are plenty more videos to relieve knee pain in this playlist down here. But before you go check those out, if you found this video helpful, make sure to give it a like and subscribe to our channel so you can get notified of our future videos. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.